Ladies and gentlemen, the topic of our next presentation is very interesting. The sort of topic that arouses your curiosity. To address us on this topic, to be or not to be, sucker or suckee, I present to you a justice of the peace, chartered financial consultant, author, consumer advocate, motivational consultant, and television show host. I present to you a man who, in the words of Rudyard Kipling, has learned to view triumph and disaster as twin imposters and treats them just the same. Our presenter today, Dr. Godfrey E. McAllister.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Lady goes to the upscale restaurant and her young man trying to get her attention says, "What would you like to have?" So the restaurant attendant comes around her and says, "This is the menu." She said, "Give me that." Okay. And that. And that. And that. And that. And so the restaurant attendant says, "Dear ma'am, we're quite prepared to give that to you, but if you take all of that, you will also get colic." She says, "And give me that too." She wasn't paying. Sucker. And whether we like it or not, all of us in this room know what it is to be surrounded by suckers. Some of us, some very close relatives, I'm not calling any name, and don't think I can read your mind, but I can look at your faces and know that is truth talking. Some of you very close friends, very close relatives, when you see them coming, you want to do what? Run! Why? Them coming to suck. So a sucker always wants. He has a need. The suckee, on the other hand, is the one who can, or who is perceived to be able to supply that need or satisfy that need. Let me use a less controversial word. How many of you have said to yourself, imagine, you see, look, that boss there, all he want to do, him just want to use me, Be careful with your words. For nothing was wrong with those words, just the attitude. Let me tell you something. The next time that you are tempted to accuse somebody of wanting to use you, just remember what is the opposite to that. If I look on you, head to toe, I say, you don't have no use. How do you feel? Yes, you feel bad. Because we all want to believe that we have use, even when sometimes it's not totally true. But we all would like to be told. We all would like to be made to feel that we have use. So why on earth then do you get upset when I try to use you? You see, it's all in the mind, eh? All in the mind. And that's where all the victories are fought and won and lost, in the mind. So when somebody tries to use you, let them use you. I am the employee, you are the employer. Use me, man. You want me to come in half an hour earlier? Use me, man. You want me to leave work half an hour later? Use me, man. You want me to cut down on my lunch break? Use me, man. You pay me to do X, you want me to do A and B? Use me, man. I'm a suckee. Come suck. I know how to catch suckers. And later on, we'll tell you what is the fate of the sucker. The sucker, in his role, and I keep on saying in his role because we change roles, we change roles. Life is not just a straight line. Sometimes we're sucker, sometimes we're suckee. It's We're not always in one role. And that applies to almost every walk of life. So I keep on saying in his role as sucker. The sucker, in his role as sucker, always attempts to satisfy his or her own needs. In other words, selfish. In another presentation, I'll teach you that to be selfish is good. That's not what my grandmother told me. Well, your grandmother was not necessarily totally right. I'm sorry. God made us to be selfish. And since I've stirred up a hornet's nest, just let me say, let me give you a précis version of that presentation. I say it's good to be selfish. I'm a selfish person. I want the best for me. But I'm no fool. And I realize that so do you. And so in order for me to get the best for me, I've got to make sure that you are willing to help me achieve my best. And I am bright enough to know that for me to induce you to want to help me to become the very best that I can be, I have got to help you to become the very best that you can be. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Hand, wash hand, make hand come clean. So that's my philosophy on selfishness. Some of the things that we are told we must not be. It's almost like telling a man, don't be a man. Or a woman, don't be a woman. Or a dog, don't bark. Or a cat, don't meow. We are born to be selfish. Self-preservation is the first law of nature. Don't fight it. Just work with it and understand it. The sucker in his role as sucker is seldom productive. He or she acts primarily as a consumer. And I'm using the word consumer now as a person who consumes. And I'm saying he wants to consume for free, more like a parasitic relationship. But remember that every time that the sucker surfaces, remember, the suckee is there to facilitate. But successful sucking breeds addictive behavior. No rocket scientist again. Or should I say no rocket science again. Very simple. You take a dog, take any animal, take yourself. If you can go to a particular source and get what you want at a price that you want, especially if it is free, and you satisfy yourself, and tomorrow morning you have the same need again, what are you going to do? Go back. Are you going to look for a different source? Come on, man. We're not that sophisticated. A stray dog is walking past your door all the day. Every day he walk past your gate. One day give him food. Hallelujah. Next day, what is he going to do? Stop by. He's a sucker. You are the suckee. You feed him. What? He's coming back again.